So the point is, it's very helpful to develop some means, some skillful means, tools and techniques for mindful anger management, such as first learning these 5 steps, which I've written about in my books, especially letting go of the person you used to be. 5 steps to mindful anger management. First, you have to experience and feel it. This might not sound like a lot, but not everybody does. Some of us suppress it before we even experience it and feel it. We say, I'm never angry. Yeah, right. We all have a little of this inside of us, of course. So first we have to experience it. Not deny it, not be in denial, not stuff it down, experience it. And second, feel it. And there's a difference. Sometimes you experience things, but you don't feel it. You hear things, but you don't listen. You don't really hear. You don't listen. So you see things, but you don't recognize. So we experience, and then we have to feel it. That's why I say feel it where it is in your body. Feel the quality and the texture of the energy of the emotion. And third, reflect on it a little. Analyze it. Introspect. Scrutinize it. See what buttons it's pushing. Oh, is it just pushing this old button that I don't need to react to? Or is it really telling me something's actually wrong in the environment that I need to take care of? Like when somebody honks the horn, do you just honk back, or do you look and see if you're doing something wrong? Those are 2 very different responses. Maybe somebody's honking the horn to save your life. You don't just honk back and flip them the bird and lose your life. That's the wrong chute to go down. So third, analyzing and reflecting and looking around, scoping out the environment you're in, outer and inner, and seeing what's happening with the anger and why somebody's harming or criticizing or, quote, seeming to make you angry. And fourth, recognizing that it's just anger, this too will pass, it's a temporary feeling, you know, all these things, lessons that one can learn about anger so that you actually process it. You process it and you sort of see through the illusion of the apparent solidity of this thing called anger. And fifth, you respond. You can respond by letting it go. You don't have to respond to the other person. You can just, you know, laugh, or you see through it. You sort of, like when you're in the fun house, you get scared when the ghosts and goblins jump out of the mirror in the fun house, but then you laugh because they got you. They got the inner child, you know, even though you're an adult. So you laugh. So you can let it go that way. Release anger, release difficult emotion, or you can respond constructively, choicefully, appropriately. You can channel it creatively, like when Picasso saw the lovely Spanish town of Guernica bombed to bits in the Spanish Civil War by the Nazi Luftwaffe. He turned it into one of the world's greatest paintings as social commentary. Guernica, which has people and animals and buildings all blasted to bits on a gigantic canvas, one of the greatest works of modern art. And he put it in stark black and white also, just to show the stark, harsh reality of this horror. So that's channeling constructively the rage that the young Picasso felt at the destruction of this beautiful Spanish town. Helpless, unarmed, defenseless town by the Luftwaffe. So these are just some ways that you can respond without just retaliating in kind. So first, experiencing. Second, feeling it. Third, looking into it, analyzing, reflecting. Fourth, and cradling. Fourth, releasing. And fifth, responding. So these are 5 steps to mindful anger management. And then we can learn that we can face difficulties more fearlessly, even if they might get us angry. We don't have to avoid the difficult people or the frightening situations. Maybe we're afraid of public speaking. Maybe we have some other fears that limit and condition us. Maybe we're afraid of getting angry if we say no to people or have some kind of boundary. So we can face the difficulties and anger of the world. We can. And of course, the violence in the bigger sense is very difficult to figure out today. We have extreme beliefs, religious fundamentalism, suicide bombers, we have wars, we have intractable civil conflicts in Africa and in the Middle East and Central America. These are very difficult to figure out today, but I do think it's extremely important that we ourselves disarm our hearts and soften up a little bit. Not become soft-headed, but soften our hearts. and open a little to other possibilities, to reframing and to seeing things through others' eyes, and seeing that everybody has their story. If we can understand where they're coming from, we too might feel the way that our enemies or adversaries and critics feel. So disarming the heart is how to make peace in a violent world, I think, and there's no other way.